Hi everyone, I'm Noreen and welcome to my kitchen, and today we're going to be making a much requested recipe. A couple of weeks ago I did an Asian style barbecued pork tenderloin and I used my fresh homemade ginger paste in that recipe. I asked everyone if they wanted to see it to leave a comment. So many of you asked to see how this was made. I knew I had to do it. So today I'm going to show you how we can make easy at home grated ginger paste that it blows the packaged stuff out of the water. It's a lot cheaper than the stuff you buy in the grocery store, and it's so easy. I mean, why not? So let's go see how this all comes together. So I'm gonna make my own ginger paste and we're gonna share it with you today. And I bought this great fist of ginger at the commissary. You can find it just about anywhere. Every grocery store I've ever been in has ginger. Most of them now have fresh turmeric. You can find it, sometimes they have a little specialty section in the produce section, and you'll be able to find things like ginger, turmeric, yucca, and taro root and all of that. Depending on the part of the country where you live, those are very ethnic style pieces of produce, for lack of a better word. And you'll be able to find it in that area. I love ginger. I use it every day in my morning vinegar cocktail. I'm going to be sharing that with you as well in another video. So basically what you want is you want to have a good portion of ginger depending on how much you use. When we make our ginger paste, we're going to be using some citric acid, and this is going to act as a preservative. We are also going to be using a little bit of water just to get everything going, and we're going to be using our mini food processor to do all this in. Basically what you need to do is you're going to need to peel some ginger. So I've peeled a little hand of ginger over here, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to peel a whole bunch, and I'm going to slice it, and I'm going to kind of cut those slices in half. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera, and I'll be back and we will make this ginger paste. All right, I went ahead and I processed all this ginger. Now, it really didn't take as long as you think. I peeled it and I just sliced it up roughly, okay? If you have smaller pieces, like, you know, this, you don't have to, like, cut them up, but some of the larger pieces you definitely want to cut into, like, julienne strips, because it's so fibrous, you don't want it to mess up your equipment. And you can always do this in a larger one, but I'm gonna stick with the small one today because I have to get down the big one, I have to get in my laundry room, and I have to pull it out of its basket, and I don't need to explain.
Maybe not a blender?
I don't recommend doing this in a blender. I really don't, because, I mean, you could, but you'd have to add a considerable amount of water in order to do that. In the food processor, you don't have to add as much water, and you'll end up with a paste. If you do it in the blender, you have to add more water, and it'll be more like a juice, really. So, in here, I just put a couple of tablespoons of water, if that, about half of our ginger, and I'm just going to start to pulse it, and then I'm going to let it process. This, I have to hold the button down on this one. It doesn't stay on by itself. It happens pretty fast, and I'm going to process it some more. All right, as you can see, my plate is now empty, and in stages, I added more ginger, a little more water, a little more ginger, a little more water, and you can see the consistency is really beautiful. You just want to make sure you process it so there's not a lot of big chunks in here. And you can see that we have ended up with a nice paste. And there's some liquid in the bottom, and when you put that together in your jar, you can mix it up before you use it, or you can just do it however. But that is ginger paste that doesn't have any grossness in it. It also doesn't have any carrageenan. It doesn't have any xanthan gum. It doesn't have any guar gum to add as a thickener. You don't need this to be thickened. I mean, the only reason they do that is so that it will squeeze out of the tube without running around. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons. Now this is approximately 2 cups of grated ginger. What I'm gonna tell you is, for every cup of fresh chopped ginger that you peel and cut up to make into a paste. You're going to use a 1/4 cup of water and a teaspoon of citric acid, or you're going to want to crush a vitamin C tablet, or you want to open up an ascorbic acid capsule. And you're going to want to blend that in there as well. That's going to help preserve the ginger. Just like that. Easy peasy. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this in a jar, and I'll be back. I want to thank you for joining me today. I also want to thank you for requesting, so many of you requesting that I do this video. It's always nice to get that feedback, and it's always great to have more ideas to put on the list. I have a long list, but I always love to get more ideas from you guys as to what you'd like to see. So thank you so much. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's video, please consider giving me a thumbs up, and if you're not already, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on all the real food for real people, real easy recipes that we present all the time right here on our YouTube channel and straight from our kitchen. So I hope you give this homemade ginger paste technique a try. So easy, and I hope you love it. And until next time, I'll see ya. For onion powder, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of celery seed. I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle that over. And then I'm going to get my handy stirrer. And we're just going to whisk all this together.